Wait, she's dead? They never were even talking about anything related to health problems. Is it, no, no, they just, huh. That's, it's strange. It's a strange move. Strange move. Oh, let's see if, just kidding, it's not straight. Hello. So, yeah, old woman dies. Big deal. What? It's the Bears owner. She only survived about a year and a half longer than my great grandma. She was 100. She lives, Virginia lived through the Great Depression, the beginnings of the NFL, and the hiring of Matt Eberflus. So yeah, some pretty traumatic times. Um, Obviously, she hasn't been the owner for that long, only like 40 years. Yeah, just 40 years. Conveniently, it's also 40 years since we won a Super Bowl. I'm just kidding. She did win one, but hey, you know, one couple years after. I mean, the only thing I can say is like, I mean, obviously, when I heard the news, the first thing that played in my mind was Ding Dong, the witch is dead because she's 102. How has she lived for this long? I'm sure her diet isn't that great. Or maybe it is. Maybe the Bears are secretly spending like $100,000 a year on just keeping her alive. That's probably the case. They're still making money though. But I mean, it's not like she was overly. I want to say she was not overly like overbearing. It's just that she had let the idiots run the circus for far longer than it should have. She should have sacked her own son as president earlier. She should have not allowed Ted Phillips to fucking retire. And she should have not let Kevin Warren be hired. But then again, she was 99 at the time, so I don't know how much voice she had in that one. But definitely the Ted Phillips, she definitely had some sort of, you know, because she physically removed her son from president. Obviously, she was basically the last remnant of the old NFL, a person that was actually connected to the old rivalries, only ever not being alive for the first ever Packers versus Bears. When they played once, didn't play the next year, and then she was born. The good thing about this is that it might bring around change. Might not happen now, but slowly, because obviously this team these guys are pretty money grubbing, of course. It could sell the team. And you know what? That would be a great benefit. Once we don't sell to someone horrible, then oh fuck. That's always the worrying thing. But then again, ownership kind of. There's a reason why the players rated it so low many odd years ago. It's just weird going to the Virginia Halas McCaskey Wikipedia page and it's saying was. Like that just seems weird. It's usually not something that you'd see there. Des Plaines, Illinois. Oh, it's right next to the airport. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, she's at least her first NFL championship game, 1932. Right. The first playoff game ever. First indoor game. A lot of stuff. Yeah. A secretary running the asylum. That's certainly something. Yeah, NFL has got to like gloss over. They gotta have to say all this. Gotta make sure that she's got a really great image, but never forget the fact that she was never supposed to really own this team. No, not because of the fact that she's a woman. No, in fact, she would have gotten first dibs anyway. But the fact that she pushed off a bunch of Halas family members to their deaths. Yeah, you can't really forget that. Hmm. hmm. Also makes it worse. You know what makes it worse? I know a lot of NFL accounts do something about tweeting the sad death of whomstever owner it is. I don't remember the last one. I honestly don't really keep track of these. Well, when it really Green Bay, you had to. I mean, then again, the Lions were the only one to not post anything about Black History Month. Well, let's just gloss over that. And yeah, so maybe George. So George is the new owner, as we can probably tell if we go to the Chicago Bears Wikipedia page. Yeah, I mean it technically says Halas McCaskey family owners. That's really vague, guys. Good job, but the chairman is probably going to be going to George. By the way, he replaced his own brother, but now it's because he didn't die. He just was not there. Who knows? But yeah, George probably is the one that will either inherit it or uh yeah. I mean, who knows? It could be some sort of jostled mess that involves maybe someone else will get it. But then again, another old owner. That's the worst part of it is that it's just it's not gonna be clear because at least for Virginia we're like yeah okay she's definitely the owner but it's not much but now it's questionable. I'm sure it's probably George unless this guy has age on him. 76. Wait, no, he's dead. I forgot about that. Forgot about that. But yeah. Yeah, you remember this guy? This guy, I'm not gonna show you it, but he had died in 1979. Yeah. Yeah, the last day of the 1979 regular season. Hmm. Victim of a wrongful death. Double indemnity clause. His heart, lungs, and spinal cord replaced by sawdust. Yeah, you guys remember that? Who benefited from this? I wonder who benefited from this. Oh wait, it was Virginia. So we can't really say anything besides that. She has an interesting legacy. I'm sure she hasn't really done much in terms of like actually like making the decisions, but at the same time, it's not great. Did she have? No. Well, no, he's dead. Right. Yeah. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, her technical title is also corporate secretary, which I don't know how to feel about that if I'm going to be honest. But again, this is I guess the only reason why they wouldn't sell is because they haven't really branched out into other things. Like, every other owner in the league, I mean, the Packers technically don't have owners, but every other team in the league, their owner has made their money from some other shit. Like, I don't know, maybe they have some sort of tech business that they made, or maybe it's oil or real estate or whatever the fuck you want. These people didn't. Again, They made their money from the NFL. They don't have anything else other than the NFL, which makes me worried that nothing will change and that it'll just end up being that they're just going to run it for another 20 years and they might bumble a couple of things. And that's just how it will go. Yeah, yeah. I just pray that it doesn't end well. No, I pray that it just ends well and that we don't look back on this and think that was a pretty scary day for them, or the turning point to making this shit worse. Because if it makes it worse, oh, that would not be good. Who knows though? Who knows? I just want something that isn't gonna be something that isn't just a terrible solution, like whatever the fuck the Lakers were. I think it was something that had to do with like the Bus family, or they all collectively owned it, but then it just became a fighting fuck ton of lawsuits. Just like she got it, but it just needs at least it just needs to not affect the on-field product or like the coaching, and that'll be good. Yeah. The real reason why she died is because she could not bear to see another fucking Chiefs win. And honestly, I get that. She went out with the Bears win over the Packers, something that they did a while back. And she's like, you know what? I don't want to see this motherfucking Chiefs team win another Super Bowl. I think I'm gonna conk out. See you later, bitches.